Every successful American leader knows this principle. Today, it becomes yours too. Imagine walking into a buzzing networking event in New York City. The room is alive with energy, filled with ambitious professionals discussing ideas, shaking hands, and exchanging business cards. Your palms are sweaty, your heart is racing, and you wonder, will I leave an impression that matters? Will people remember me? Here's the reality. Success, influence, and meaningful connections aren't about luck, money, or talent. They're about mastering timeless principles that Dale Carnegie taught. Principles that Americans in cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, and Miami use every single day to build relationships, influence people, and create opportunities. These principles aren't abstract ideas. They are practical strategies that anyone can apply, starting today, to dramatically improve how they are perceived in both personal and professional environments. Number 1. The power of a genuine smile. Dale Carnegie said, "Actions speak louder than words, but a smile speaks volumes." A smile is far more than a polite gesture. In America, especially in fast-paced cities like New York or Los Angeles, first impressions often determine whether doors open or remain closed. A genuine smile conveys warmth, confidence, and openness, even before you say a single word. Imagine walking into a coffee shop in Boston. The barista smiles warmly as they hand you your latte. That small moment instantly shifts your mood, sets a positive tone, and makes you feel valued. Now imagine being that person, the one who projects positivity and ease through a simple smile. People naturally gravitate toward individuals who radiate genuine warmth. In professional environments, your smile can influence negotiations, interviews, and networking. It signals confidence without arrogance, approachability without weakness, and friendliness without overselling. Carnegie understood that the smallest gestures often carry the greatest weight, and smiling is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to influence the people around you. Number 2. Remembering names changes everything. Carnegie famously said, "Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language." In American culture, remembering and using someone's name signals respect, attentiveness, and sincerity. Whether it's a coworker in San Francisco, a client in Chicago, or a friend in Miami, addressing someone by name instantly creates connection and trust. Think about it. If someone remembers your name after a brief encounter, how do you feel? Special, noticed, important. That feeling is universal. In the US, where business relationships often hinge on personal connection, remembering names can be the difference between being remembered as a thoughtful professional or just another face in the crowd. Using names consistently fosters influence and credibility. Repeat the name naturally in conversation, ask about the person's preferences or interests, and acknowledge their achievements. This demonstrates genuine engagement and makes you memorable. Over time, it establishes a foundation of trust that can accelerate personal and professional growth. Number 3. Listen first, speak second. Americans highly value being heard. Carnegie wisely said, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." Listening is not merely waiting for your turn to speak. It is giving full attention to someone's words, understanding their perspective, and responding with empathy. Imagine attending a tech conference in Silicon Valley. Instead of immediately pitching your ideas, you ask thoughtful questions and engage with genuine curiosity about others' work. Doors open. Opportunities arise. People share insights, strategies, and even connections that would never have been shared with someone who only talks about themselves. Active listening signals intelligence, emotional awareness, and authenticity. It builds influence subtly but powerfully. Americans admire people who can listen deeply, reflect thoughtfully, and engage meaningfully. In a professional setting, being the person who truly listens creates authority without dominance and connection without superficiality. Number 4. Show appreciation, not flattery. Carnegie emphasized, "Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise." In the US, sincere appreciation motivates people, strengthens relationships, and leaves a lasting impression. From complimenting a coworker in New York for handling a complex presentation to thanking a barista in Los Angeles for exceptional service, authentic praise creates positive energy that spreads beyond the immediate interaction. Americans are often skeptical of flattery, so specificity matters. Generic praise feels hollow, but acknowledging precise actions, like saying, "Your approach to resolving that client issue showed remarkable patience and skill," cements respect and trust. Appreciation is not just polite. It is a strategic tool for building loyalty, credibility, and lasting relationships in both professional and personal contexts. Number 5. Avoid criticism. It only backfires. Carnegie's principle is clear. Any fool can criticize, complain, and condemn, and most fools do. Criticism, particularly when delivered bluntly, triggers defensiveness and erodes trust. Whether in a corporate meeting in Chicago or a casual conversation in Miami, pointing out mistakes without tact rarely inspires improvement. Instead, it breeds resentment and damages rapport. Carnegie recommended a positive, solution-oriented approach. Highlighting what can be improved and offering guidance inspires cooperation and growth. In American workplaces, leaders who mentor rather than scold are respected and followed. Positive reinforcement motivates better performance and creates an environment where people want to excel rather than avoid failure. Number 6. Become interested in others' interests. Talk in terms of the other person's interests, Carnegie advised, and this principle is especially powerful in American culture. Whether you're attending a startup pitch in Silicon Valley, a community event in Miami, or a professional seminar in New York, showing genuine curiosity about others' passions makes you memorable. If someone discusses jazz in New Orleans or the latest tech innovations in Seattle, engaging authentically with their interests creates connection, trust, and influence. Being curious is more persuasive than being interesting. When people feel that their ideas, hobbies, and passions matter, they naturally gravitate toward you. This principle can transform networking, teamwork, and personal relationships by fostering deep emotional bonds. Number 7. Influence with stories, not commands. Humans are hardwired to respond to stories. Carnegie understood that anecdotes, examples, and personal narratives persuade more effectively than orders or directives. Imagine leading a team in Chicago. Instead of instructing, "Increase sales by 10%, you share a success story. Last quarter, Sarah implemented this approach and doubled her client engagement." People respond emotionally to stories. They remember the lesson, feel inspired, and take action voluntarily. Storytelling is one of the most effective ways to inspire, motivate, and lead in America. It communicates authority without arrogance and encourages cooperation without pressure. Leaders who tell compelling stories are remembered long after instructions are forgotten. Number 8. Admit mistakes quickly and honestly. Admitting mistakes is not a weakness. It is a sign of strength, integrity, and credibility. In the competitive U.S. work culture, transparency is highly valued. During a project review in Los Angeles, acknowledging a miscalculation before it escalates demonstrates courage, humility, and responsibility. Instead of facing hidden blame or criticism later, your honesty earns trust and respect. Carnegie emphasized, "When we admit our mistakes, we disarm critics and invite trust." This principle applies to both professional and personal life. Owning up to errors builds credibility, strengthens relationships, and inspires others to do the same. Americans respect those who lead with honesty, even in challenging situations, because it reflects confidence and character. Number 9. Create win-win situations. Dale Carnegie taught, "The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it." In American culture, especially in professional and social environments, cooperation and mutual benefit are valued far more than winning arguments or asserting dominance. Winning at the expense of someone else rarely earns respect or loyalty. Imagine negotiating a business deal in Chicago. Instead of insisting solely on your terms, you take the time to understand the other party's goals and concerns. You explore ways both sides can benefit. Perhaps you suggest a flexible payment schedule that eases their cash flow while securing the deal for yourself. Both sides feel satisfied and respected. This is the essence of a win-win situation. This principle applies to friendships, family dynamics, and workplace collaborations alike. In social settings, like planning a community event in Miami or organizing a local charity drive in Boston, considering everyone's interests and finding mutually beneficial solutions ensures stronger relationships and long-term engagement. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel included and respected rather than coerced or overlooked. Creating win-win situations transforms your influence. Americans respect problem solvers and collaborators. Leaders, friends, and colleagues who can balance assertiveness with empathy become magnets for opportunity, trust, and loyalty. The key is to shift focus from winning to creating value for everyone involved. Number 10. Encourage, don't threaten. In American workplaces, family settings, and social circles, motivation driven by fear or pressure rarely produces lasting results. Carnegie understood that encouragement inspires far more effectively than criticism or intimidation. Consider a marketing team in New York facing a tight deadline. One approach might be to pressure team members with constant reminders or warnings of consequences. The result? Stress, mistakes, and resentment. A better approach is encouragement. Acknowledge small wins, offer constructive guidance, and inspire optimism. Your progress on this campaign is impressive, and I know your next step will take it even further, conveys confidence and support without tension. Encouragement works because it taps into human psychology. People respond to recognition, validation, and positivity. Even a simple statement like, "I can see how much effort you've put in, and it really shows," can transform someone's motivation and productivity. Over time, this builds loyalty and trust, fostering a culture of cooperation and positivity. This principle extends beyond workplaces. Parents, friends, mentors, and community leaders who focus on encouragement create lasting impact. In American society, where independence and achievement are highly valued, offering positive reinforcement can empower individuals to perform at their best while feeling appreciated and understood. Number 11. Smile through challenges. Dale Carnegie believed that your attitude shapes your environment and influences others. You can conquer almost any fear if you make up your mind to do so. Smiling through difficulties is not about ignoring problems. It's about resilience, emotional intelligence, and choosing to maintain control over your mindset. Picture a professional stuck in traffic on the busy highways of Los Angeles, running late for an important presentation. Instead of succumbing to stress, anger, or frustration, you take a deep breath, smile, and focus on what you can control. That simple mental shift improves your mood, reduces anxiety, and sets the tone for how you handle the meeting when you arrive. In workplace settings, maintaining a positive attitude during stressful projects in New York or Chicago inspires confidence in colleagues. People notice composure under pressure, which communicates leadership, stability, and reliability. Your positivity becomes contagious. Teams perform better, clients feel reassured, and personal relationships grow stronger. Smiling through challenges also builds internal resilience. Americans admire those who maintain optimism despite obstacles. By choosing positivity, you attract opportunity, create constructive energy, and demonstrate emotional strength. Carnegie knew that our inner outlook directly influences how the world responds to us, and a calm, confident demeanor can transform even the toughest moments into opportunities for growth and connection. Number 12. Make people feel important, genuinely. Finally, Dale Carnegie's timeless principle, make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. In American culture, where individuality and personal achievement are highly valued, genuine recognition has immense impact. People remember and respect those who acknowledge their worth authentically. Imagine a colleague in Boston just completed a major project. A generic, "good job," doesn't cut it. But acknowledging specific efforts, your strategy in managing the client's concerns was brilliant. Your attention to detail and dedication really made the difference, leaves a profound impact. People feel valued, seen, and appreciated. Making others feel important isn't about manipulation. It's about empathy, authenticity, and awareness. In networking events, meetings, or social gatherings across the US, when you prioritize other significance, you create emotional connections that endure long after the conversation ends. Consider everyday situations. Thanking the grocery clerk who helped carry your bags in Miami, complimenting a local entrepreneur in Los Angeles for their creative approach, or showing genuine interest in a stranger's story at a New York conference. These small yet intentional actions leave lasting impressions and often spark opportunities, collaborations, and friendships you might never anticipate. Carnegie emphasized sincerity above all else. Americans, like people everywhere, are quick to detect insincerity. Authenticity in acknowledging others' importance strengthens trust, builds credibility, and enhances influence. Over time, practicing this principle consistently transforms your personal and professional life, making you someone people naturally want to connect with, support, and remember. Now imagine if Americans everywhere applied these 12 principles every single day. Smiling genuinely, remembering names, listening intently, appreciating authentically, avoiding criticism, engaging with others' interests, influencing through stories, admitting mistakes honestly, creating win-win solutions, encouraging consistently, smiling through challenges, and making people feel genuinely important. The results would be life-changing. Relationships would flourish, careers would thrive, and personal growth would accelerate. Opportunities would multiply, doors would open, and trust would expand. This isn't just advice, it's a blueprint for creating meaningful impact in your life and the lives of everyone you interact with. Start today. Make every interaction intentional. Practice these principles consistently. Observe the change, not just in how people respond to you, but in how you feel, lead, and connect with the world around you. If you're ready to be part of a community that values growth, kindness, influence, and positivity, hit that subscribe button. Together, let's create a culture of authentic connection and lasting impact, one interaction at a time. Your journey to influence, respect, and success begins with small, intentional actions that change everything. Thank you for being here and being part of this positive journey toward a better world.